That's President Trump. Like I said, the first time around, President Trump sent the Secret Service to my house. I'm making a documentary about the war on drugs, about making a documentary about the prison industry, mass incarceration. You feel me? Mass incarceration, the new face of old Jim Crow. President Trump took a full-page ad out about the Central Park fire back in the day, and we don't need to forget that. You feel me? If you see a racist act, you know a racist act, and that's a racist man. All right, I stand with CASA. You feel me? I stand with CASA. I stand with Starbucks because we organize at Starbucks. That's President Trump. That's the First Amendment, and he passed the executive order about protecting the First Amendment. Well, the First Amendment is all about you, President Trump. It's about you and your policies. You feel me? You and your policies. That's President Trump, and that's Gaza. We talking about mass incarceration. We talk about genocide. We talking about oppressing people. You feel me? And that's what you're doing in Gaza. President Trump ain't doing nothing no different in Palestine and Gaza than they did in Vietnam. The same thing that they did to the Indians when they had the Trail of Tears. America's an oppressive state. You feel me? An oppressive military state. The militarization. You passed all these bills in your first 100 days, but you ain't said nothing about the George Floyd bill. I can't breathe. Being black in America is against the law. You feel me? You act like it's against the law. President Trump say he like Martin Luther King. He ain't nothing like Martin Luther King. I can't breathe. If you vote for Trump, you vote for Hogan. If you vote for Hogan, you got Reagan, and you got Reaganomics. Remember, Ronald Reagan did the war on drugs, but it incarcerated our black community, which broke up our black families. That's President Trump, and that's President Trump. That's President Trump. That's President Trump. Know him for who he is and what he is. The new face of old Jim Crow. That's who President Trump is. Your new Jim Crow.